So my first area was Syracuse, Utah. I was there for 3 transfers, and the best way to describe it, it's like Syracuse, the city, is one big suburb. It's just like one big housing development. There's like like pretty new houses, and like kind of the history, like it's pretty rural, and there's still like tons of like farmland scattered between houses and stuff. But it's only been like developed in like the last 10 years, and so all the houses are pretty new. And so that was interesting. There was a lot of like younger families there, and like a lot of younger families and like older like people that like their families have been there for generations and generations, you know. And so that was really interesting. We had 2 stakes in there, and we also covered the YSA ward. There are 2 YSA wards in Syracuse, and so yeah, it was really neat. It was really interesting because it was all kind of the same demographic. Like maybe like 2 wards out of the 2 stakes were like older homes, like older than like 10, 15 years. And so it was really interesting. Like most of it was pretty fancy. Like it was like a lot of people commuted down to Salt Lake or up into Ogden, into the city. And so Syracuse is like 20 minutes southwest of Ogden, and it's like right by the Great Salt Lake. So it's like Antelope Island was like right there in our area. So Syracuse, to me, like personally as a missionary, like it was a nice place to learn how to be a missionary, because it was pretty forgiving. Like the members there were like pretty nice, and you know, very, you know, very inviting as well. That was a place that was like church-wise, it was pretty active, and so a lot of people, you know, whenever we asked them who we could teach, they were like, we don't really know anybody because everybody here is already LDS, you know. So like that idea was pretty steeped in the culture, and so that was interesting to kind of work around. But we had some really amazing leadership in the stakes that I lived in, which really were like gung-ho about missionary work and like, you know, reaching out to families and things. I guess overall Syracuse was a really just like an inviting place. You know, it had the regular like amenities too, like there's a Walmart and stuff like that. So it was like the pretty typical like suburban city.